Hello and welcome, everybody. This is Sarud, and I am playing Mountain Blade 2 Bannerman. I just picked this game up a couple of days ago, been kind of messing around with it, and it's really good. It's an early access, so it's not a complete game, but what is there is actually, have been having a lot of fun with it. So I thought I would start a new campaign. I am going to be playing this on the realistic setting, which is the most difficult setting. And I'm just going to be running away with it. I'm going to do kind of a walkthrough series, I guess you can say. So if you find this content interesting, please like and subscribe here on YouTube. Also, throw me a follow on Twitch. I do live stream occasionally, and I'll put the link in the description. So on to Bannerman. In this world of Calridia is our, I guess, continent that you can say that everybody's fighting for. There are 6 factions. You have the Vlandians, the Sturgians, the Empire, Aserai, Kuzwitz, and the Battalions. Um, I am probably going to run with the Vlandians. The Empire are really good as well, but I think I like their culture a little bit better. And the Vlandians are the descendants of adventurers from the West who lived under the Empire for centuries before forming an independent kingdom. With the decline of imperial authority, they have evolved into a well organized feudal society led by a host of warlike nobles who prefer to fight with spears and lances on horseback. So they're pretty good with cavalry. And their starting bonus that they get is 20% more upgrade XP to troops from battles. I'll go through all of them here. We have the Sturgians. The Sturgians are the descendants of foreign tribes of northern Calridia. As the Empire expanded into their colder forests, they found that a ready market for luxurious furs of woodland animals whom they traditionally hunted and trapped. Sturgian chieftains became princes, vying for preeminence with the help of Nord mercenaries who migrated into their realm. They are good hunters and wanderers, traveling far in search of opportunities both for trade and for plunder. And they get a 20% less speed penalty from snow as their racial, I guess you can say, bonus. Then we have the Empire. The Empire is kind of like the Roman Empire, I guess you can say, or maybe even a little bit later than that, or like late Roman Empire, I suppose. The Calridian Empire is in decline. Even before the murder of Emperor Arenakis, the once united realm was torn by political rivalries. Today, these factions are in open war, yet Calridia endures. They are technologically more advanced than their neighbors, and their mastery of engineering is not just evident in their aqueducts, beautiful architecture, and massive city walls. It also makes them experts in siege warfare. And their bonus, I would imagine, would be good for later in the game. You get 20% construction speed on town projects, wall repairs, and siege engines. So that's definitely later in the game and would seem like a pretty good bonus overall. Then we have the Aserai. The Aserai are the inhabitants of the Nahasa Desert, a mixture of nomadic Bedouin and settled oasis farmers. They are famous for their horsemanship and their knowledge of the learning of many lands, especially medicine. Gained from lying on some of the continent's most lucrative trade routes, each clan is fiercely proud of its lineage and often jealous of the others. But when united by a charismatic leader, they became a major force in the south. And they have caravans are 30% cheaper and 10% less trade penalty, which I'm not sure what the trade penalty is. Because I haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't built caravans yet, so I really don't know. And then we have the Kuzwitz, which are kind of like the Mongolian Empire. The Kuzwitz confederation of steppe tribes used to live a nomadic life, but they have recently settled in eastern frontier of the empire and are slowly transitioning into an agrarian society with permanent town centers. Despite this, they still retain many of their aspects of nomadic life, including their affinity with horses. They are masters of mounted archery, shooting, and then galloping out of reach. And they get 10% extra speed bonus for horses on campaign maps. So that seems actually really pretty good as well if you're going to run with cavalry and stuff. So, and then last but not least, we have the Battalions. The Battalions still remember the olden days when the woods stretched across northern Calridia, and the Empire and its cities had yet to violate their sanctity. The fierce warriors remain loyal to their traditional ways. They paint their faces when going into battle, and even their noblemen prefer to fight on foot while using great axes and two-handed swords with deadly efficiency, and forests give them 10% less speed penalty to their parties, which is it's kind of like the Sturgians. It's kind of a very specific bonus, I suppose you can say, and it may play out in some instances, but for the most part, it's not as good as, in my opinion, the Vlandians or the Empire's one. Even the Aserai might be good with creating the caravans later on, although I have not used them, so I can't specifically speak for that. So, but we are going to go Vlandian. which gives us a 20% more upgrade XP to troops from battle. So we're going to pick our Vlandian, and I'm just going to kind of cruise right through this. I don't really care too much what my character looks like, um, other than kind of like the beard and the hair and stuff. So I'm just going to kind of run through this a little bit pretty quickly. I mean, that looks fine to me. I don't see any reason to change that. His eyes, I'm going to make his eyes green just because I have green eyes. So other than that, I'm not going to mess with his eyes too much. Nose looks okay. Mouth, can't really tell with the beard. Hair, we do want to change the hair. I do want it to be kind of a classic looking medieval haircut. Like that seems pretty classic to me. And then maybe a shorter beard. I kind of want a shorter beard here. What about this one? That one looks pretty good. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Hair color. He kind of looks a little dumb though, doesn't he? That's fine. We're not going to be really messing with him too much here. Kind of got a big forehead. I really kind of want to change his forehead, I'll be honest with you. I really don't like his forehead. Face ratio, maybe? There we go. I don't know, it just looked kind of odd to me. I don't care. As long as he just doesn't look stupid, it's all that really matters to me. Still kind of got that really slopey face, but his kind of face like kind of goes down and then in, which I don't like. I don't know why. Okay, that's a little bit better. And we just want to change his eyes. Okay. He still kind of has that, like, I don't know. He kind of looks like an idiot. Who cares? Let's, you don't really get to see your guy too much anyway. So does it really matter? Probably not. So that's going to be fine. We'll just take what we got here. All right. And this is how they kind of like start their stuff. You kind of go through these series of questions, and then certain answers that you pick give you certain bonuses. So choose your family. You were born into a family of Baron retainers, which is the one I'm going to pick because I want polearm and horse riding. Uh, Urban merchants gives you charm and trade. Yeoman will give you pole arms and crossbow. Blacksmithing will obviously give you smithing and two-hander. Hunters will give you scouting and crossbow, and the mercenary one gives you crossbows and roguery. So we're going to go with the Baron's retainers because horseback riding is important, and pole arms are actually, you're going to use them a lot early in battles. So I'm going to go with that. The things that I want the most, I want one-handed, pole arms. We can't even do some bow and arrow. Riding is important. Athletics is pretty decent, and tactics. All this other stuff we can work on later on, like scouting, roguery, which I probably won't even do roguery with this character anyway. Charm, leadership, and trade is pretty good. If you're trading stuff back and forth between cities to cities, you get better prices and can sell for more. Steward for castle stuff if you want to be a castle administrator or even run your own estate. Medicine, obviously, for making, I would imagine, potions and healing stuff. And then engineering for siege weapons and stuff like that. So, as a child, you were noted for your leadership skills. Leadership gives us tactics and leadership, obviously. Brawn gives us two-hander and throwing. Two-handers are really good in this game, except they are very difficult to use. You have to really get good at using them. Your attention to detail, which is the one I'm going to go with, that gives us athletics and one-handed. Your aptitude for numbers gives you trade and engineering. Your way with people gives you leadership and charm. Your skill with horses will give you medicine and riding. So we're going to go with attention to detail because it gives us the one-hander and the athletics. And then, like all village children, you helped out in the fields. You also herded sheep is going to give you athletics and throwing. Worked in the village smithy. Obviously, is going to give you blacksmithing and two-hander. Repaired projects will give you smithing and engineering. Gathered herbs in the wild will give you scouting and medicine. We hunted small game, gives you tactics and bow. And sold produce at the market, which I think I'm going to go with this one. It's in between hunted small game and sold products at the market. Charm and trade. This can be helpful if you can find a decent trade route and find a product that you can ship to another town pretty early. The only one I'm thinking about is this because it gives us the tactics and the bow, although I don't really expect to use a bow all that much early on. So because of that, I really would like the tactics. I think I'm going to actually go with sold produce at a market on this one because the trade and the charm will actually help a little bit early on. So we're going to go with that. As a youngster growing up in Calridia, war was never too far away. You served as the bannerman's groom, excuse me, not groove, gives you steward and tactics. Trained with the cavalry gives you pole arms and riding, which is pretty good. Stood guard with the garrisons gives you crossbow and engineering. Rode with the scouts gives you horse riding and bow. Trained with the infantry gives you one-hander and pole arms, which I think that is actually the one I'm going to go with because those are two things that I really want to upgrade, and I'm getting them both in one shot. And then join the skirmishers is throwing and bow. So we are definitely going to go with the infantry. And then before you set out for a life of adventure, your biggest achievement was you defeated an enemy in battle. Gives us two-hander and one-hander. We like the one-hander, not necessarily the two-hander. You led a successful manhunt. Gives you tactics and leadership, which is, I think this is probably the one I'm going to be going with on that. You invested some money in land. You get trade and smithing. You hunted a dangerous animal, crossbow and bow. You had a famous escapade in town, gives you athletics and roguery. You treated people well, gives you charm and steward. So we're going to go led a successful manhunt, which gives us the tactics and leadership that we would like. And then finally, I believe this is the last one. Like many families in Calridia, your life was upended by war. Your home was ravaged by the passage of army after army. Eventually, you sold your property and set off with your father, mother, brother, and two younger siblings to a new town you heard was safer. But you did not make it. Along the way, the inn at which you were staying was attacked by raiders. Your parents were slain, and your two youngest siblings seized. But you and your brother survived because you subdued a raider, gives us one-hander and athletics. You drove them off with arrows, gives you bow and tactics. You rode off on a fast horse, gives you riding and scouting. You tricked the raiders, gives you tactics and roguery. You organize the travelers to break out, gives you leadership and charm. So we are going to go with you subdued a raider because these are two things that I think are pretty decent for our build early on. Athletics and one-hander obviously is what we're more going to be using. Between that and the pole armor, the two weapons we're going to use early on here. Okay, you prepare to set off with your brother on a mission of vengeance and rescue. Here is your character. Click finish if you are ready to go or back to make changes. Roughard is not our name. We are Sarud. And that was just a overview of what we chose. And we are playing on realistic, which is the highest difficulty lesson. Enable death. Choose if the heroes are able to die on the battlefield. Yes. Auto allocate clan member perks. Yes. Okay, so that is our game. We are getting started here. We will be brought into the tutorial area. I'm going to kind of do a brush of the tutorial a little bit just to kind of show it off a little bit, but other than that, I'm pretty much going to skip right through it. Okay, Nogand is our brother. Kind of looks a little simpleton too, but brother, it's been 3 days now and we've been tracking those bastards. I think we're getting close. We need to think about what happens when we catch them. How are we going to rescue Varric and Alda? Are we up for a fight? This looks like an old training field for the legions. Perhaps we can spare some time and brush off our skills. The practice could come up useful when we catch up with the raiders. I'm going to run the course. I need to know if I can fight, if I have to. So we have no time to lose. So you do think we catch up with the raiders soon? How should we prepare for this fight? Well, if they're still pillaging, they maybe have to split into smaller groups. Hopefully we won't need to take them all at once, but it would help if we could hire or persuade some people to join us. Okay? So do you think we'll catch up with the raiders soon? The tracks look fresh, and I've seen some smoke on the horizon. They can't move too quickly if they still looting and raiding. Now, no, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to rescue the little ones, or die trying. Okay, so we are going to kind of, like I said, tinker around with this. Let's go on then. Play the combat tutorial. And movement. You can move your character forwards with the obvious WSD and A. We have horse training. That's bow and arrow training over there. But we're going to do the weapons training real quick. And the combat system is actually really good in this. I actually like it a lot. And this is the basics here. So defend from the left, defend from the right. You just move your mouse in the direction you want it to defend, and then you click the right mouse button. Attack from the left is kind of the same way, except you just use the left mouse button instead. Okay. Sword training. Like I said, two-handed sword is really difficult. It's very good from what I've seen, but it is very difficult to defend from the left. There we go. To defend with it, you have to get it right. You can't mess it up. So if they're attacking you down, you have to block down. If they're attacking from the right, you have to block right. Okay, so that's the first part of the tutorial here. And I'm just going to do the sword and shield here, just to give it a quick overview, just to show you kind of what it is. Go to the trainer. All right, let's smack him a little bit.
Die!
Oh.
Come on!
Gotcha that time. Counterattacking I have found the most effective way of... Oh, this guy's whooping my ass now. They must have changed it a little bit, because this seems a little more difficult today. Maybe I'm just stinking it up too.
Come on!
There we go. Uh-oh. He might beat me. He might get me. Oh, he's got me. Oh, I got him. This guy's pretty tough, too. This guy. This guy is definitely, you gotta counterattack him. Oh, I missed him. Damn. This guy's whooping me.
Come on!
Oh, yeah, those two-handers do a lot of damage too, but I think you get the idea, so we're just going to get back out of here. Yeah, the combat system is very counter-intuitive, I guess you could say. It's when you you have to know where the attack is coming from, and it's I really like it. It's actually really fun. We could do a horse one real quick too. I'll show off the horse, and I could use a little bit of practice on the horse and stuff too, especially with the lance.
Come on! Die!
I had a lot of trouble early on with this lance and getting it. The biggest problem with it is you don't have a crosshair to actually aim it. And you're not so much as actually using it, you're just putting the lance in a spot and letting it run into the target, I guess you could say. As you can see, I'm not very good at it still. Missed that one. Oh. Couldn't get the turn on that one. Got that one. That was one of the tougher ones to get. Missed that one. Okay. Yeah. And then, whoa, horsey. All right, let's get off. Dismounting, I wish you could put as one button, but you don't. You just look at your horse and then you get off, which is a little awkward. And then we have the bow and arrow finally last. The bow is pretty good. The crossbow has a, like I'll show you, the crossbow actually has a reload timer on it, so between that and your next shot, you can see like he's loading it here. And between that and the bow itself, the bow is less of a... Oop, I'll even grab the bow now. Can I swap? Yeah, here we go. The crossbow has a little bit of a timer on it when you reload. The bow does not. The bow you can kind of fire a little bit more rapidly. Although the bow has a little bit more of an arc to it, I've noticed. Oh, I can't hit this pot. Really? Huh. I didn't have too much trouble hitting this one the last time. They did just have an update. I wonder if they made the combat system a little tougher. Okay, so that's enough of that. I'm kind of babbling here and showing this off a little bit, but the combat system is really cool. I guess that's what I'm trying to show, and that's pretty much it. So, Nogran, are you ready to leave here? I am not ready yet. I am ready. Let's go. Alright, you are at the training field. You can learn basics of combat here. And we can come back there at any time as well. We will leave. Before we do anything else, we're low on food. There's a village north of here. We can buy provisions and find some help. You're a better rider than I am, so I'll let you lead the way. Okay, so we got to go to Tevia. Navigate Calridia. Welcome to Calridia. You can now explore the world by map by moving the camera with WSAD, planning your view by right-clicking and dragging your mouse, zooming in and out with the mouse wheel. Give it a try. Okay. Navigating Calridia. Moving your party is done by clicking on the map. This will leave a mark on the target location unless you have clicked on an inaccessible area such as mountains or sea. Let's set off to Tevia. Okay, so we just click on Tevia. That's some refugees. Looks like people are all just running. Entering settlements. You have arrived at Tevia. To explore the location, you can enter the settlement by pressing the highlighted button on the left. Okay. So it looks like we are going to have to walk around, but let's look at our quests here. This is how you get into your quests. You're out of food. That's pretty much what they just said earlier. And we have a character. It looks like we can upgrade something. We have one skill point here, and we will put that into one hand. One hand damage increased by 4%, and then hit points increased by 3. Required skill level 25. I think it's given it to both of them. Oh, pick. Okay, so we do have that now. Do we still have this one skill point? I guess we do. All right. So that gave us some extra hit points as well. Looks like we still have one extra point here. What else can we put this in? Athletics, maybe? 2 extra arrows. That's throwing weapons. We're not going to be doing that anytime soon. What about horseback riding? No trade, because we got to move this bar to the right. Doesn't look like there's anything else that we can do right now. You can use free focus points for increasing your learning limit in individual skills. Characters earn 1 focus point every time they level up. Okay. Looks like we can't use that right now. So we will just go take a walk around. We're here, I guess. So we need food, and after that, maybe some men to come with us. The headman here can probably help us. Let's try and find him. Speak to the headman. You can hold left alt key to see location of the headman. Once you are near him, press F to speak to him. Headman Olikor. He is up the hill there. Is that him right there? Oop. I think that's him right there. Okay, well that was pretty easy. Yeah, Headman Olikar. Headman Olikar. I am Olikar, headman of this village. What brings you? We need help. Some raiders have taken our younger brother and sister captive. We think they may have passed this way. They got our people too. Sorry to hear that. Those bastards have done a bit of killing and looting in these parts as well. We think they've gone north. I reckon there are a few folk around here who'll join you in going after them if you'll pay for their gear. Once you've made your preparations, come and talk to me again. I may have a task for you if you are going after the raiders. Leaving a mission. To leave a mission, you can hold down the tab key. This will return you to the settlement menu where you can purchase supplies and hire recruits. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to tab out. We can recruit troops. How much gold do we have? 1,000 gold to start with. Okay, so they give you a little bit of gold to start with. Buy products. Your brother recommends you purchase 2 sacks of grain. You can do this by transferring them to your inventory with little arrow on the left side. Okay, so 17 gold per grain. We have finished our preparations. Let's talk to the headman again. He had said he may have a task for us. We could use his friendship. Okay. Click on the talk button to return to the notable and learn more about the task. Glad to see you found what you needed. Now, about that matter I mentioned earlier. There's this wandering doctor who comes through here from time to time. The name of Tactios. Tactios? Yeah, I guess that's Tactios. Treats people for free. We're fond of him. Well, we last saw him a few days ago. He was carrying some sort of chest, which he was very mysterious about. He was on some sort of quest, he said, though wouldn't tell us more. He set off on the road just a few hours before the raiders come through here. Well, he's not really a worldly type, just the kind of fellow who'd stumble into a trap and let himself be captured. We're worried about him. If you could keep an eye out for him, this Tactios, we'd be very grateful. Maybe if he's alive and well, he'll tell you a little bit more about his quest. Okay, leaving a mission, that's the same thing. Alright, so we gotta find Tactios. It looks like we're pretty good here. Defeat parties. We need to defeat parties 3 times. Okay, so we have... Oh, here's a party. Encountered the raiding party. Alright, so here's our men here.
After me! Everyone!
I'm gonna wait for these guys to come up over this bridge because we're on cavalry, so we want to fight these guys in this little area here. Then we're gonna charge them. Oh, got him right on. Missed that time. Oh, they messed me up a little bit, though. I gotta be careful, because I do not have a lot of armor here. Definitely want to single people out. Early on, you're, especially in realistic, you're pretty weak. Coming around. Oh, I got him, though. I killed him. Nice. I've already been injured a little bit here, and I got to be careful. I can get killed pretty quickly here. I've only got 2 of them left. Oh, he hit my horse. How many we got left? Is there just this one guy left? Oh, I'm stuck. Oh no. I'm stuck in here. Okay, we got him. Alright, so we killed one raiding group. That's one of the 3 that we needed to take out. We found one prisoner. We will take him. And then we got some armor and stuff, which actually this armor might be better than what I'm actually wearing right now, because that is only a 2 armor. This is a 5. That's a 7. Okay. And what is this one? That one's a 5. Leg armor 1. Arm armor 1. This might be better, actually, overall. Just because it has 1 and 1 as well. This is 7 and 1. No arm armor. Okay. So we will take that. Then what do we add? We have 8 men still. We will recruit more troops. We cannot recruit more troops. This little exclamation point is your quest marker, I guess you can say. Actually, not that you can say. That is what it is. That's the quest marker. All right. And there they are up on the hill. We're just going to wait for them to come to us a little bit so they're out in the open, and then we can just run them over with our cavalry here.
Give them hell!
Oh, I missed him. Ah, they're throwing rocks at me, hit me in the back with rocks. They're kind of clumped up a little bit, and you kind of want them separated a little bit. If you can break up their ranks, they're a little easier to kill one-on-one. Of course, our cavalry right now, because we're in the open, we're kind of running right through them now. I missed him. Got him. Okay. That one was a little bit easier because we were out in the open. Being out in the open on cavalry is definitely a must. So we got 2 more prisoners that we can sell later on. What do we get for gear? Padding. Fur armor, we know what that one is. Okay, this one's actually really good, so we're going to put this on. Not really good, but it's better than what we had for sure. We're going to take all this stuff and we're going to sell it. The raiding party is kind of running away from us a little bit here, but now he's kind of stopped. You'll find out later you're going to be attacking looters. Looters are pretty fast, and they'll run away from you a lot of times. Oh, we're in the woods. This isn't going to be a good battle. This is going to be a little rough. I might even want to just get off our horses here.
Troops!
I think this is fine, though.
Charge!
I mean, these are just bad. I'm the basic guys, so... Yeah, this is going to be a little tougher because now they can hide around trees and stuff, which is going to make this a little more difficult. I wish I did not come into the trees to get these guys. Oh, that dude just got messed up. I don't even know if I actually was the one that hit him, though. I think one of my men got him. But yeah, he got messed up pretty good. Let's see, can we square up one of these guys? Beating up on my horsey a little bit. Don't touch my horse. Oh, he got me that time. Alright, hit my horse. Yeah, the combat system is definitely challenging. It's very, very fun, though. I really do like the combat system. Okay, we got him. Got another prisoner to sell. And we got a knobbed club, 69 blunt. That's better than what we have right now. 611. Okay, so those are fine. You rescued several prisoners that raiders had been dragging along. They look parched and exhausted. You give them a bit of water and bread, and after a short while, one of them staggers to his feet and comes over to you. I don't know who you are, but I'm in your debt. These brigands would have marched us to our deaths. My name's Tectios. I'm a doctor by trade. I was on, well, a bit of a quest, but now I'm thinking I'm not really made for this kind of thing. I was with a caravan, and they just came out of the brush. We were surrounded and outnumbered, so we gave up. I figured they'd keep us alive, if just for the ransom, but then they started flogging us at top speed without any water, and I was just about ready to drop. I could feel the signs of heat stroke creeping up, and I told them, but they flogged me more. If your group hadn't come along, maybe I have a way to thank you properly. We were looking for 2 children captured by the raiders. Can you tell us anything? I'm afraid I haven't seen any children, but after our caravan was attacked, the chief of the raiders, the one they call Radagos, took off and rode off with our more valuable belongings, including a chest that I had. He seemed to be controlling more than one band riding around this area. If this lot has your kin, then I believe he'd be the one to know. And since I have nothing of value left to repay your help, I'll tell you this. If you catch up with and defeat that ruffian, you may be able to recover my chest. It contains a valuable ornament which I was told could be of great value if you knew where to sell it. I was trying to find out more about it, but as I say, I had all my urge for traveling flogged out of me. Right now, I don't think I'd adventure more than 20 paces from a well as long as I live. We'll keep that in mind. It doesn't look like much, and I suspect this lot would give it away for a few coins, but I got it from a mercenary whom I treated once and swore it was related to Nretzi's folly. I don't know what that means, except that Nretzi was, of course, the emperor who died in battle some years back. Maybe you can find out its true value. Thanks for saving me again. I hope our paths will cross again. Alright, Tactios. So now what do we got to do? We need to go to the hideout up here, I do believe. Let's head back to town real quick, though. Well, we have plenty of wheat and stuff, but maybe we can pick up some more troops. And maybe we can sell some of the loot that we have here, too. We'll sell all that stuff. No more troops to... Okay, so there is no more troops to hire. So let's head up to Radagos's highway here, or hideout? Hideaway. Highway. Yeah, Radagos's highway. Although my health is still a little damaged, and oh, I sold all of our wheat. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to get guys to desert on me if I don't get wheat here. Not sure why I sold all that. That was stupid. Alright, there we go. We'll go in the fast forward move here. That way we can get around the land a little bit better. We are definitely going to intact this hideout. We're just going to send these guys and let them do their thing because they're going to go through and just mop up these guys. And I'm not going to be able to catch up anyway, so. Is that my brother? That dude just got ran over. Yeah, I haven't been able to figure out how to sprint yet. I mean, this is supposed to be running, but I'm not so sure there's actually even a sprint button. It might just be my athletics rating that makes me slow, which I'm going to assume that's probably the case. I almost got to hit one of them. Get him, boys. Get him. Well, there's Mr. Radagos. So, who's this that comes to my place of business, killing my employees? We heard you took our little brother and sister. Where are they? Good heaven. I'll need a better description than that. My men have harvested dozens of little brats in this region. Quite good hunting grounds. I already sent most of them south to the slave market, I know, though. Since your hunt for your kin is fruitless, how about you clear off and save your own lives? Either that, I'll force you to lick up the blood you've spilt here with your tongues. Or, you and I could settle this one-on-one. Yeah, I'm not going to duel them. I'm not very strong. Oh, I got one. Oh, I got two. Are my guys losing? Wow. My guys actually were losing. That is actually the first on that. They were getting whooped there for a second. I just killed like 3 guys. I just killed 4. Alright, getting a little bit better. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. Well, I recognize defeat when I see it. If I'm going to be your captive, let me introduce myself. I'm Radagos. You haven't cut my throat yet, which was a wise move. I'm sure you can find a way to be worth more to you alive than dead. You'd better help us get our brother and sister back or they'll be swung from a tree. Oh, you'll need my help, all right, if you want to get them back. Alive, that is. See, my boys have some pretty specific instructions about what to do if there's a rescue attempt. I'm sure they're probably going to kill them, of course. Shall we get on the road? Remember, if I drop dead of exhaustion or drown in some river, that's it for your little dears. I don't expect a cozy palanquin now, but you'd best not make it too hard of a trip for me. Radicos Raiders, we got 7 prisoners. There. We got some good armor here. Oh, I didn't get any armor or nothing, huh? Okay. You come across a chest with an old piece of bronze in it. It's so battered and corroded that it could have been anything from a cup to a crown. This must be the chest Tactios mentioned to you that had something to do with Neretzi's folly. My brother Nogend. I was hoping to find more treasure here, but I think business wasn't going too well for Radagos and his gang. I found this strange looking metal piece though. It doesn't look too valuable, but it could be this artifact Tectios was talking about. Maybe we can sell it to one of the noble clans for a hefty price. Alright then, let's get on the road. I have a better idea. We would have a better chance if we split up now. I'll take Radagos to go find the slaver market and look for a way to free the children. However, we must be careful not to endanger their lives, and it could be better to just buy them. We need to have our purses full for that, though. I'll need to take these men with us. Radagos is a slippery one. I don't want him getting away. So you want me to raise the money and ransom the little ones? Indeed. You'll have to find a way to do that. Maybe this bronze thing can help. Tectio said it could be worth a fortune to the right person if you manage not to get killed. If he's telling the truth, you must be careful. Never reveal that you have it, but try to understand its value and how it can be sold. One more thing. When you are talking to nobles and other people of importance, make sure you present yourself as someone from a distant but distinguished family. You could use our family name if you like, or make up a new one. You have a better chance of obtaining the audience of nobles, and it'll be easier for me to find you by asking around. Okay, so let's use my last name. Family Rudick. You can use our family name if you like, or make up a new one. Okay, we just did that. Now we get to make a little banner here. I actually like the deer head. I've gone through these already and looked at them, and there's quite a few of them, and I kind of like the beer. The beer. I like beer too. I like the deer though. All these are just kind of common and stuff, so I mean they're not too special. And I like this gold. This kind of reminds me of Robb Stark's banner in Game of Thrones, and he was kind of my favorite character there, so that's what I'm going with. Get on the road. Once I locate the little ones, I'll come find you. I probably should have named my guy's last name Stark. That would have been pretty cool. Tutorial is over. You are now free to explore the Calridia and rebuild your clan. All right, so this is our quest. Calridia is a land full of peril, but also opportunities to face challenges that await. You'll need to build up your clan. Your brother told you that there are many ways to go about this, that none forego coin. Trade would be one means to this end. Fighting and selling off captured bandits in other towns. Whatever your path choose to pursue, traveling alone will make you easy pickings for whomever come across your trail. You now know you can recruit men to follow you from the notables of villages and towns, though they may ask you for a favor or two from their own before they allow you access to more of their more valued fighters. Naturally, you may also find more unique characters in taverns of Calridia. However, these tend to favor more established clans. All right, so we need to... Dinars is their currency, so we need to increase our currency up to 2,000. We need to grow our party of soldiers up to 20. And then we need to reach clan tier 1. Renowned up to 50. Then we need to hire one companion as well. That's our main goal. And then Retzi's Folly is this little artifact, I guess you can say, that we have. As you explore Calridia, you can learn more about your artifact and its importance by asking any lord or lady about the Empire's recent history. So that's the tutorial, and that is probably where I am going to kick this video off here. I do appreciate everybody for watching. If you found this pretty fun and interesting to watch, please like and subscribe here on YouTube and hit that little notification bell so when I put out more content, you'll be notified of it. Also, I do live stream on Twitch occasionally, so head on over there. I'll put the link in the description. Throw me a follow. It would be greatly appreciated. Have a good one, everybody.